going on, YouTube? Welcome back to RNC Worldwide. It's your main man, the Iceman here, back for another fun and informative video. Back in the backyard, about to get a few more things in the ground. Just wanted to bring y'all out here and show you a few things uh, about gardening. Um, One thing about gardening, I like to let you guys know that one thing about this gardening thing is, like I said, it's good for your mental state of mind. It it can be relaxing, but also sometimes it can be frustrating. And what I mean by that, sometimes when you plant things, not everything comes up. But that goes, it's like anything in life. You have the good and you have the bad. And so I'm gonna start off and show y'all some of the bad. So let me get this camera turned around and I'll get back with you here in just a minute. All right, people. We got the camera turned around. I want to show y'all something here in my little raised bed. I don't know if y'all can see that good. If you see them little holes all in my raised bed right here, little holes everywhere in the ground. If you come over here to my little kiddie pool, you can see how the ground is all uneven. And I got holes everywhere. Look like holes. Well, what you're looking at is my wife and kids' dog. And got out here in my damn garden after I planted. The other day after my other video when I told you guys I was going to get out here and get a few things in the ground, I came over here and I planted some squash and some zucchini over here in this kiddie pool. And I got all that in the ground. I had some squash and some zucchini. And then over here in my raised bed, I had planted some collard greens and some mustard greens. Yeah, I planted some collard greens and some mustard greens and some tomatoes. And the damn dog come out here and got in my raised bed and done tracked through it, all through it. You got damn footprints all through my raised bed. Same thing over here. That's all dog tracks from their dog. That's done messed up my garden. And last year, I noticed over here in my raised bed last year, it didn't do as well. And I was wondering why. And I had seeds like displaced. Things were coming up in places where I didn't plant them. And I couldn't figure out what the deal was. Well, now I know what happened. The damn dog done got in here and messed up my seeds. So I'm gonna have to come up with something to keep this damn dog out of my garden. And that's what helped, like I say, slow down my progress last year. I just couldn't put my finger on why I didn't get as good as yield on some things as I did the year before. And it's because of that dog. So what I'm gonna have to do is replant. I'm just gonna go ahead and replant some things, and then we'll see what comes up. Because as you can see, I got track marks everywhere. Same thing. So I'm gonna have to replant here. I'm just gonna get in here and sprinkle around me some more squash seeds and some more zucchini over here. And if it starts coming up on top of each other, then I'll thin it out when it comes. But like I say, that's part of the good. Comes with the territory. Just like anything in life, you have some good, you have some bad. You just got to keep trucking and figure out a way to overcome it. So yeah, I'm gonna get some more squash seeds in here, And then I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna put some more collard greens and mustard greens in here. And I don't know, I might do some more tomatoes, I don't know. But then I'm gonna come over here to my other raised bed over here, and I'm gonna get some onions. I'm gonna till my ground a little bit in here, and I'm gonna get some onions planted in here. So I got some more seeds too. I don't know if I'm gonna plant anything else today other than the squash and the zucchini. Well, I don't have any more zucchini, but other than the squash and the mustard greens and the collard greens and the onions, depending on how much time I have, I might plant something else. So yeah, give me a minute, and we're gonna get some stuff in the ground, and we'll be back with you in a minute. All right, people, you can see here I got my blood meal. Actually, what I got in here is a little blood meal and bone meal mix. I got down to my last little bit, and when I was in Lowe's the other day, I forgot I was low, and I didn't pick up none. So what I did, I probably only got a handful and a half in here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna spread it around. I'm just gonna spread it around over the top of my dirt here and give it a nice little till, and then we're gonna go ahead and plant. So yeah, I'm just gonna come in here and just shake it around like this right here. All on my dirt. Spread it around there. And then I'm gonna get my little hand tool here and give it a little till. Get the ground broke up again. I broke it up the other day, so it looks like it's packed, but it ain't. See, you can see I can just take my rake and break that up nice and easy. It's all good. It's ready to plant. You know, just a nice little till. You can see this the third year on this kiddie pool. I don't know if you can see it real good with the way the sun's shining, but you can see my pool is finally starting to give it up. The edge is starting to dry rot from the sun. I could get another one, but I'm gonna get one more. We're gonna get one more year of planting out of it. So I think I paid $8 for this pool, and I done got 3 years of planting out of it. So yeah, so we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna use it for one more year of planting, and then next year we'll get another one. So yeah, we got that broke up. See, look, let's step back and let you look at that. See, so you can see from just that little quick hand till right there, it's ready to take some onions in there. So we're gonna get these onions in the ground, and I'll get back with you in a minute. All right, people, we got our onions. These are onions I picked up in Lowe's the other day. We got some white onions, and we got some red onions. And obviously I ain't gonna be able to get all these in the ground in this little raised bed, so I'm probably gonna plant, I don't know, probably half of each bundle in here, and then I'll go back on my back wall and I'll plant some more back there and give them a try in a different area. So yeah, I don't know. I might have been too close to the camera right there. I don't know if you can see what I was doing, but I got my white onions and I got my red onions, and we're gonna get them in the ground, and yeah, we're gonna go. So here we go. And like I said, when I was in Lowe's the other day, those onions they had wasn't the best looking. They was a little brown on the top, but hey, sometimes you gotta, it's growing time, people. It's getting warm outside. We ain't got time to be waiting for them to get some all green onions in. We're gonna get them in the ground. We're gonna put some water on them, and we're gonna hit them with a little 511, and we're gonna bring them back around. We'll make them green ourselves. So yeah, we ain't got time. Time is of the essence. We could be in another pandemic tomorrow. We don't know. We ain't got time to be waiting on the best looking produce to get to the store. We gotta take what we got and make the best of it. So that's what we're doing. I'm just giving another little quick till here down to the bottom. Look at that good black soil, people. That's that black cow. That's that black cow and that peat moss and that topsoil. And you can see them little, you look in there, you can see them white flakes of that perlite I got mixed in there too. So, this is black gold right here. Like I say, people, get you something in the ground. You don't know what tomorrow gonna bring. Never know what you're gonna be faced with. You don't ever know how much time you're gonna have. Look at that. A worm. Found a worm in there.
You save it.
I do save it. That's why it's in there. Yeah. I don't throw my worms away when I find them out in the yard, people. You wanna keep them in your soil. They help keep your soil. They help keep your soil aerated and fertilized. They eat stuff and they poop right back in it and fertilize it. Yeah. My wife said save it. Well, she don't know it ain't in there by accident. That's by design. No, these ain't fishing worms. She said she talking about going fishing. These ain't fishing worms. These worms got a bigger purpose. We got fishing worms out here in this hard ground, in this clay out here. Them the fishing worms. So yeah, let's get some onions in the ground, people. And with these onions, all you got to do, poke your little hole about finger size, get that root ball in the ground, just like that. Just pack him in a little bit. And just go in between. Just go in between and give them enough room, give them enough room where they can grow and they can bulb out. Where they'll have enough room to get that root ball at the end. So that's all you want to do. I don't really need to
go back in the house.
I don't really need to make no rows with this, because I can just eyeball it and know about what size my onion's gonna get to, and then I know how far apart I can spread them.
Oh, that's here, but it's hot up there. What are they recording on this side? I mean, from this man over here. Right here. Uh-huh. Right there. Put out there, yes. I don't know. Probably there.
And that's another thing, people. When you see me pulling up my onions, let me show you something. Let me show you something. When you see me pulling up my onions like this, and you see me getting that little, like the little dead portion, I don't know, you kind of ways away. But let me see if I can come in a little bit and I'll show you. So when you see like you got your little brown on the onion, or any plant that is, when you got your plant, sometimes, you know, you'll get little bugs on them or whatever, and you'll get a little you know, a little brown on there, like you'll get some leaves that's dying, or, you know, anything where anything that you look like your plant's dying, go ahead and get that off your plant. You want to go ahead and get that off your plant, because when it starts to die like that, all that's doing is sucking energy. That's making your plant work twice as hard to try to revive itself. So you want to get that off of there where it's just wasting energy. You don't got time for your plant to be wasting energy. So just get that go ahead and get that off of there. And you know, even on your mature plants, that's you'll have out in your yard. You know, as you get in the summer and stuff, you know, sometimes your plant, you know, ain't in the best of health for whatever reason. Like I say, it could be bugs, it could be from too much sun for a particular plant in a certain spot, and a few leaves will start to die off. Well, go ahead and get them bad leaves off of there. That's just bad energy, and they're just making your plant have to work twice as hard. So, you know, anything that's brown and yellow, I just go ahead and get that off. I just go ahead and get that off my plant, so it ain't got to work. So it ain't got to work so hard. And that's all you're doing, you know, you're just putting a hole, you know, put you a hole in the ground about 1.5 inches, 2 inches deep, and drop them in there. That's all you got to do. Drop them in there, pack him in a little bit. Spread that dirt around. Yeah, that's all you got to do, people. I ain't had the best onions yet, but I've had onions. This dude that I work with, he does a little gardening too, and he's out on his property. He's got a lot of sand. He's got a lot of sandy ground, but he planted his onions, and they did well in that out there in that sand. So like I said, if you ain't got the, if you might not think you got the best soil, you might give it a try on some things and see how it works out before you just say, oh, this soil don't look good. Um, it don't look good. It ain't gonna work good for planting. It ain't good in dark. Well, obviously, like I said, that good black soil is the best looking stuff. In many cases, it's the best. It's the best soil. But like I said, he's got sand, and that sand worked great for him for onions. He brought huge onions to work, and we do a little bit of horse trading, and I swapped him out some of my tomatoes for some of his onion. So yeah, so you never know. You never know. How your plant's gonna react to your soil that you got on your lands until you give it a try. Might have went a little close on those last two. I probably could get one more right there. No, I ain't gonna try it. I probably could have got one more in there, but I ain't gonna chance it. I'm just gonna come on over here. See how it works. Last year in this bed, I had some bell peppers in this bed, and they did real well. And actually, on those bell peppers that I planted last year, they were I used the seeds from some we bought at the grocery store. Bell peppers we had brought at the grocery store. I just dried my seeds out and I planted them, and they did real well. We had a lot of bell peppers, and yeah. So that's another thing. That's why I didn't plant. I like to rotate my crops. I don't like to plant the same thing. You don't want to plant the same thing year after year in the same spot. You want to rotate your crops. That way you ain't planting the same things in the same spot. And it helps with the growth of your plants. Like I tell you people, ain't no science to this. Well, it is some science to it, but till you get it down to a science, jump in where you fit in. Get something in the ground and learn. Watch it. See how it's reacting to what you're doing to it, and learn from it. See, anybody could do this, what I'm doing right here. It's not no rocket science. And what? We probably ain't even been out here 10 minutes. And we got, for the better part, most of these onions. We got most of these onions planted. These are all my white onions. Then I'm gonna go on the other side. I split this pool about 50-50. I'm gonna have my white onions on this side and my red onions on that side. Like I said, people, this is fun. This is fun, but on the same side, it ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. Get you something in the ground. Now we're gonna come in on this other side and get these red onions in the ground. You can see, well, you can't really see over there where y'all are at, but see, I used about, like I say, that's about half of that bushel of those onions that I got in the ground already. So now we're gonna come on this side and we're gonna get these red ones in the ground. Like I said, just take a little second, get rid of that negative energy off of there. We don't like negative energy on this channel. So we're gonna get all that negative energy off of there before we plant. Look at that, another worm, people. Let's get him in the ground. So, man, I'm sweating. It's pretty warm out here today. Got to get used to this heat. Getting all that bad energy off of there. Since these onions were all brown on the tip already, I'm probably, like I say, probably within a week, I'm gonna go ahead and hit them with a little 511. I usually don't get on the 511 this early, but like I say, it's a learning process. So I'm gonna probably give it a quick little dose here, in, like I say, within the week. Same way with my mustard green plant over there. Hit it with a little shot and see how they react to it. So yeah, people, this ain't nothing hard. Like I say, it's something anybody can do. Get out here and like I say, take you a few minutes, break that ground and get something started. Don't wait for tomorrow. Time waits for nobody. Time waits for no one. You could wake up in the morning and they say that all the tomato crops done got ruined everywhere. I mean, not the tomatoes, excuse me. You could wake up in the morning and they say all the onion crops done got ruined for the year. Then what you gonna do? You gonna go to the store and pay $20 for an onion? No. You get in a real pinch, you could have some onion soup. You could eat some fried onion. Won't starve. You could eat raw onion. Like I say, people, this is about fun, but it's also about survival. And how much better could that be? You're having fun at the same time you're practicing survival skills, knowing that you'll never go hungry as long as you have a skill. I might be a little close together on a few of those, but hey, if they start growing in and getting that big, we might have to pull a few early just to make room. But we're working on what they say, the more we get in the ground, the more chances we increase our chances of having more yield. So we want to get much in the ground as we can. Do you know where a bottle opener is, Carrie? Hold on, people. We got somebody calling. Let's see who this is. Guess it don't matter. They already hung up. We ain't gonna stop the gardening or the. We ain't gonna stop the gardening or the video for the phone call. We got more important things going on right now. We're working on our future. We can chitter chat later. And saying that, that goes the same for you. You know, I appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. And you could watch the video on your iPad or your set your phone up on a chair or a stand while you're out there gardening. Take advantage of your time. That time you're sitting watching the video, you could be getting something in the ground. But do make time to watch the video and subscribe. Because if you didn't watch the video, you wouldn't get this good information and this good content that I'm putting out. So people, we're almost done with these onions. And we done got a good portion. We got a good portion of both of those bundles, of both of these bundles in the ground already. So yeah, that was what, 10-15 minutes y'all been on the video, and we done got this whole pool planted. Like I tell you folks, it don't require a lot of time. It just requires you being wise with your time.
I'm cooking the last of our onions today that we had from last summer.
See, I didn't even know we still had onions in there from last year. You hear my wife? She said she's cooking the last of the onions from last year today. I know we still had plenty of okra. Still had plenty of okra left. But I didn't know we still had onions. So there you go. Like I said, I told you, you thought I was lying when I told you. We still eating groceries from last year. And we're already planting this year. So it's an ongoing thing, people. We just like old engine number 9. We just keep on chugging. We just keep on chugging. Getting it in the ground, baby. All right, people. I think that's pretty good. I see a few spots I probably could squeeze in another 1 or 2, but I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna take the rest of what I got, and I'm gonna go to the back of my yard, and I'm gonna plant some in a different spot down on the end of my Windsor wall down there, because everything I've planted down there on that corner, I hadn't had nothing good come up yet down there. So I've tried watermelon down there. I think pretty much that's it actually in that corner. I tried watermelon twice, and I haven't got no good yield out of that corner. So instead of planting back with watermelon, I'm gonna get the rest of these onions in the ground down there and see how that works. So yeah, I'm gonna get my camera moved around, and we'll be back with you in a minute. RNC Worldwide, peace. All right, people, I'm back here on the back part of the yard. Let me show you something. I don't know if I can be able to give you a good view of this, but let me back out a little bit. I was telling you about this in my other little video. You see, we got this Windsor wall all along the length of our backyard. We got that wall. And this is what I was telling you what happened to my strawberry. See, right here on this wall, I don't know if you can see it real good. Let's see if I can show you right here. But see where the wall meets the dirt right here. You know, you'll have like little cracks down in here. And that cracks maintain a lot of moisture. It stays nice and damp down there. And that's why I was telling you what them roly-polies, when I had that roly-poly infestation that ate up all my strawberries, that's where they were down in there. They were staying down in there. And they probably, I bet you, I'll be willing to bet I got some back this year. And so I'm gonna have to get some more diatomaceous earth and probably go ahead and treat it before we get good into season. That way I don't have to worry about it getting out of control like last time. But like I say, you can see all along that crack there, those roly-polies like getting in there. It stays moist through the summer. When I water, it helps it stay moist, and it maintains that water, and that runoff from my little bed up here comes down, and it keeps that moist. And them roly-polies just love to stay in there. And then they just feast on my strawberries. So yeah, this year, like I say, I'm probably gonna try to get ahead of the game and treat that with that diatomaceous earth before we get started. But let me show you something else. Let me show you something else back here that I was telling you about in the first part. I mean, not in the first part, but in my other video. And I saved these. If you look here, I don't know if you can tell what those are. Get you in here. But those are old okra plants from last year. And you can see they're as long as my hand. And when you get okra that long, and depending on depending on which variety, but most varieties of okra, once they get that long, they start to get too tough. You want your okra to cut probably about this length instead of being hand length. But when they get that long, you might as well get them off of there. But the reason why I saved this, you'll look here, look right there, people. What's that? That's a whole nother crop right there. That's why I saved these. That's a whole nother crop. That's seeds for this year. And another thing that's important about saving your seeds, because your plants, especially the ones that do well, those seeds will start to adapt to your soil and your climate. And so it's better, once you've produced a good you've produced a good plant, is to get those seeds off of it and plant it back in your area. And they're more apt to do well in your area. But yeah, look at that. Look at that right there. That's full of seeds on all of them. I ain't gonna bust the rest of them open, but yeah, you can roll that thing over and it got full of seeds on the other side. So yeah, I'm just gonna get those bagged up. I already got some in the house. I'll get those bagged up and I'll have some to plant. Actually, I have a guy at work. I told him I was gonna give him some okra seeds, and so I'm gonna give him a few of those so he can plant. So yeah, you can see I still got a few strawberry plants. From last year. Like I said, we had that harsh winter. Down here with a few freezes. And I still got a few strawberry plants that survived. I got to get some more, get a little bit more black cow and put through here and buff my soil back up before I plant some more. I started to buy some more when we was in Lowe's the other day, but I decided to hold off for another week or two. But I'm probably going to go ahead and next time I'm at one of them big boxes and pick up a few more strawberry plants and plant them. But yeah, so you see down there, I got a few that made it through the winter, through the ice storms. Some more there. Come on down. I got some more there. Here. Even got a few over here. They're a little brown, but they still got some green in there. All they need is some 511. I got one little one over here, still hanging on. And the good thing about those strawberry plants, people, is they run like crazy. When they take off, they'll run and do their own thing. So yeah, like I say, even through that harsh winter that we had for Texas, we ain't had too many winters as harsh as we had this year. And like I say, them strawberry plants still kicking like chicken. You know what I'm saying? You know why they kicking though? That's that 511, people. And no, I ain't getting paid to endorse that 511, but it's the truth. It's the truth. I'm telling you. You hit your plants with that, and they'll do everything they supposed to do. So yeah, let me get back with you in a minute. Let me get down here and break up my little ground back here. I ain't did too much tilling, so I'm gonna get down here and till up my little area on the other end down here, and get these onions in the ground. I'm gonna plant them down here. So I'm gonna get these onions in the ground down here. So let me go get my little rake, my little hand rake, break this ground up. I'm gonna get these onions in the ground. We'll be back with you in a minute. RNC Worldwide. Peace. Yeah, people. And one more thing. Like I say, this like I was telling you, this garden thing is about health, right? So it's important to take care of your health when you're out gardening. And as much as your garden needs hydration, you need to make sure that you're hydrated when you're out working that garden. So stay hydrated. Keep you some good hydration when you're out there working that garden, people. It's good for you. Back with you in a minute. Get these onions in the ground. All right, people. We're back. We like I said, we're gonna give this ground a quick little till back here, and then we're gonna get the rest of these onions in the ground. And that's all we need to do is just take your little when you got your ground taken care of, you probably won't be able to do this and break your ground up as easy if you ain't got out and pre-worked it. See, I took the time when we had a few nice days in the past, and I got out here and got out a lot of the weeds out of de-weeded my garden, and had already started pre-working on my ground. So it was already broke up. You can see how tilled up that already is. So I just need to give it a quick little hit. And get it ready. Soften up on top where it's packed in over the weather. And yeah, so all I need to do is give it a quick little hit like that. And we ready to plant. You see what I'm doing? I'm out here de-weeding, getting the little weeds, because you see that we got neighbors on the back side of the fence. They don't take care of their edge their yard quite as well as I do on my side. Obviously, they don't have not obviously, but they don't have a garden on their side. So, they don't keep the weeds picked out as much. So that's just a constant process that you have to go through, over the course of the summer. The spring and the summer is getting out here pulling the weeds as they pop up, and keeping it from overtaking your garden. And like I say, that's a de-stressor too. You can come out in the evenings, get you a nice cold beverage of your choice, and just get out here and, like you say, de-weed your garden. And like I say, my neighbor's yard backs up, and their yard sits up a little higher than mine. So the not the crabgrass, but the I forgot what kind of grass that is, but it likes to run. So it's always coming. It's wanting to run into my garden. It's wanting to get over here to this good fertile ground. So I'm constantly having to pull. I'm constantly having to keep the keep the bad stuff pulled out. And yeah, that's just something you're gonna do over time. So yeah, I got it tilled up, and we're ready. We're gonna go ahead and get the rest of these onions in the ground. So here we go. Like I say, getting rid of that bad energy off of there. Get that brown stuff off of there. You don't want that plant overworking itself, trying to feed that stuff that's already dead. You know what I'm gonna do? To save room, I'm gonna go back a little bit, and I'm just gonna double up the I'm just gonna double up my rows right here. That way I can save room, and I can keep all these onions in this one little section from this end of the fence right here to this pole. I want to keep all those onions in that section, because this next section right here, from here to that next pole, about halfway, um, I'll probably do some. I'll probably throw some cucumber. I'll probably throw some cucumber or something in there. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna put there, but I want to keep it sectioned off at the poles, because I know from halfway over to this next section to about halfway over to my section after that, that's all my prime real estate for my okra. Like I said, I try to rotate my crops and keep them rotated, but I done found in my yard that right there is prime real estate for my okra. So year after year, that's where my okra goes. And I ain't gonna be messing around with it, because it does me justice every year. So I'll try to rotate around everything else to keep everything in rotation. But as far as my okra, that same spot is where my okra goes, because my okra just goes crazy every year. So yeah, I'm gonna quit talking so much here for a minute, and you can just watch me do my thing. I'm gonna get the rest of these onions in the ground. My wife told me I need to do a time-lapse video, but I plant so fast. I don't need to do no time-lapse. You'll see I'll have all these onions in the ground in no time. Like I said, people, uh, I mentioned earlier, I didn't mention in my past video about gardening. Like I mentioned earlier when I was over there planting onions on the other side. If you get a good yield on a certain part of your crop, and you know somebody else is doing some gardening, do some trading. Do some trading. If you know somebody, they got something, they might have something you like, you might have an overabundance of something they like. Boom, you can do some horse trading. Save you both some money. Like I said, with my okra and my tomatoes, um, and my peppers, I had a good abundance of peppers, and I made a lot of pepper sauce. So I even took some of my pepper sauce and my tomatoes, and I traded it to a guy at work, and he traded me some onions and some eggs. He's got chickens. So he brought me some eggs, some fresh eggs. So the barter system is still alive. So if the boo boo ever does hit the fan, I know I got a man who I can call for certain things, and he can call me for certain things, and we could trade out. You know, if the grocery store was to collapse, you know, I don't have no chickens. I don't have no chickens, but you know, I do good on okra, so we can do some trading there. I even gave him some mustard greens, collard greens. He had never ate collard greens before. Well, I ain't gonna say he had never ate them. He didn't know how to cook them. So, you know, I gave him some greens and showed him how to cook some greens. And yeah, so it's a, you know, like I said in my other video, each one teach one. And he's saying, I bet some of y'all are saying, what did he mean? Each one teach one. That means if you got some knowledge, people, share it with somebody. What good does it do you to have the knowledge and you just keep it all to yourself? You know, that's the way I feel. What good does it do you to have the knowledge if you ain't willing to share it with somebody? You know, and that's why I'm gonna do the series on the small business videos, is giving people, passing along the knowledge. Because I've seen too many times that people will have a business and they'll have something where they're making money, or like I say, you could be making money, or it could be with the gardening, and they got all the information and they ain't sharing it with nobody. It's like if they tell somebody how to grow a garden, it's gonna stop their garden from growing. Or if they teach somebody how to start a business, it's gonna cut in on their money. If you good at what you do, you ain't gotta worry about the next man. Just focus on you, you know. And if somebody's willing to be accepting to the knowledge, pass it along to them. Because I don't care who you are, somebody has helped you along the way. So be willing to help somebody else. Like I said, share the knowledge that you have. Help somebody else get to where you are. You know, there's a great reward in that. But like I say, it's too many times. It's too many times that, you know, it's like I say, it's the saying goes, and I found this to be true. It's like most people want you to do good. They say they want you to do good, and to an extent, they do want you to do good, but they don't want you to do better than them. Well, if somebody's doing better than me, it don't affect me. It don't affect me none either way. It ain't gonna feed me. It ain't gonna take away from what I'm eating. So, you know, why not be proud of somebody else? Why not give them a boost? And if they do succeed, then you can take pride in knowing that you helped them along the way, whether they give you the credit for it or not. You know what you've done. So, you know, be willing to share your wisdom and be willing to give somebody a hand up. Every hand ain't a hand out. Sometimes it's a hand up. Give somebody a hand up. That's what this channel's about. Lifting up, inspiring. You know, along with the, like I said, along with the fun stuff that we do here. You know, a lot of it's like I say, being an inspiration to somebody else. You know, whether they give you your credit or not. You know, if I see somebody talking about planting a garden that I know ain't never planted a garden before, they ain't gotta give me no pat on the back. I know I helped kickstart that engine. So yeah, people, like I said, share the information. It does no good to take it to your grave with you. Share it with somebody. You know? And stay hydrated when you're out in the garden, people. Hydration is key. Like I said, we're about health and wellness here. But also, hydrate in moderation. Too much of anything is not good for you. Keep it in moderation. We used to have a squirrel. I don't think you can see it, but right across the fence on the other side, my neighbor used to have a little water bowl up there for a squirrel. They used to run along the top of my fence here. And like I told you when I was in my other video and I was telling you I thought the squirrel was eating my strawberries until I come to find out it was the roly-polies. But what I do be finding is pecans. I don't know where this who's around here got pecan tree, but that squirrel comes down here and hides pecans in my garden. Every year I'll be finding pecans back here that he's come out here and buried. But we ain't trying to keep the squirrel alive, so we're getting that pecan out of here. Or pecan, whatever you want to call it. Pecan. I call it pecan. Nevertheless, it's out of here like last year. But yeah, people, we making progress. We done almost got this whole little section full of onions here. Like I say, no need for no time lapse. It don't take me long. Got them in the ground, people. All right, people. So that's it for the onions. We got this whole little section planted in. I still got a few left. I don't know if I'm gonna plant the rest of them. Right now, I'm gonna debate on that. I got some more. I got another area on the far end, on the other end, that I hadn't been doing real well with on it. I don't know, for some reason with this Windsor wall, like I said, it's the whole length of my backyard. But on the very ends, on this end and on that very end, I hadn't had too good a yield on my plants back here. Now, I don't know if it's because they stay shaded pretty much all the time where the fence is on both sides. If those little pockets just hold too much shade for what I'm planting. So I don't know. I might decide to take the rest of these onions and put them down there at that very end, or I might just hold off. Actually, what I might do, I might try something else. My son's got a little sandbox over there that he done outgrew, and it's full of sand. And I might try a little experiment and throw some in that sandbox. I think that's what I'm gonna try with the rest of them. But I gotta get that. I'm gonna have to get it cleaned out because it's just got like I say, it's just full of weeds and stuff. Where he hadn't been using it for the last couple years. So I might take that sandbox and turn it and see if I can throw those onions in there and see how they do. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get some water on this and get it watered in real good, and we'll get back with you in a minute. All right, people, we're back. I'm back here. I'm about to we're gonna cut this video a little short. My battery's about to die. I hope I got all the rest of that on video. My screen, it kind of went dark. I didn't realize my battery was so low. But as you can see, I'm out here watering in those onions, getting them watered in all good and everything. So we're gonna give that a good soaking, and I'm gonna see if I can get a few more things in the ground. I ain't gonna be able to get it on video, but I'm gonna take advantage of these next hour or so of sunlight I got out here and get a couple more things in the ground. Probably gonna go back over there to my other little kiddie pool and drop some more squash seeds down where that dog got in there on my squash, and make sure I got something coming up. So until next time, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you ain't already subscribed. Like I said, don't just watch the video, subscribe. Got the ice lady back out here bringing me some more hydration. But yeah, subscribe to the channel, people. Give us a like. Drop some comments. Tell me what you think about this content I'm putting out. You know, do you like it? Do you not like it? Is something I can improve? Let me know. You know, if there's some topic you want, some topic you might want us to cover that we ain't already covered, let us know. You know, like I said, our purpose is to enlighten and you know, share the information. I'm a jack of all trades, master of a couple. So yeah, stay with us till next time. Also hit that notification bell so you know when we're coming out with more new, fun, and informative videos. Give us a like. Like I said, don't hesitate to comment. Until next time, we'll see you. RNC Worldwide. Peace.